Adam Copeland, formerly Edge of WWE, the rated R superstar. AJ,
Hey.
what did you think of Adam Copeland's debut in AEW?
It was a great debut. I loved what they did with him. I love what they did with Christian. I think it's debatable that Christian might be the best heel in wrestling right now. I know that there's some others you could throw into that category, but for pure heel, he's doing an awesome job. But Adam Copeland is ecstatic. Years ago when he had the podcast ENC Rico podcast Reeks of Awesomeness or whatever it was with Christian, they would actually talk about people that they wish that they could wrestle because at the time they were both retired with injury. A lot of the names that they're mentioning now are names that they mentioned at that time. Guys like Samoa Joe, Kenny Omega, Adam Cole, baby. There's so many opportunities here for dream matches. Even guys that were in the WWE at the time for a long time did not get an opportunity. So you got John Moxley, you got Claudio, have never gotten to actually work with Adam Copeland.
I thought it was an outstanding debut for the company. One of the best debuts for a company in a long time. Like, I saw it. I had an idea what was going to happen. And then, but it's one of those perfect situations because you don't really know for sure. He did such a good job of hiding. Nobody got photos of him. He told a great story at the presser where basically Darby had him hanging out in some seedy areas in Seattle that no way anyone was going to find him. But then he got hungry for a cheeseburger and he had his hood on and one kid went up to him and he was just shh. And the kid was like, oh. And so cool on that kid not to try to take a picture or anything.
The great thing is, and this is something that's interesting, is they popped in 850,000 views for that last hour and that overflow that he was on. Now, you might not know this. They actually had technical difficulties with a lot of DVRs in a lot of areas where people were not able to actually record it because of miscommunications with the cable systems. So I wonder if that number could have been even larger had they not had that problem.
We'll see. Adam Copeland versus Kenny Omega. Yeah, that's definitely a great dream match. There's a few. I'm going to have just to list a couple here, people for you.
I would love to see Switchblade, Jay White versus Adam Copeland.
That's an excellent list right there, too.
And like he mentioned, at some point, he's going to want that world championship. So you could see MJF and him on the mic.
I got MJF. I got Samoa Joe. Brian Danielson, because to me, Brian Danielson is just the best wrestler in the world.
I mean, I would love to see him and Christian. I would love to see them. I know they're not going to right now, but against FTR. How great of a dream match would that be?
Also, I mean, just them and FTR teaming up as a trios again.
We forget because it's been 12 years since the last time that they teamed regularly. They are one of the truly great tag teams of all time.
Absolutely. You know, I almost want to put Christian down. It's a match we've seen before, but it's been so long since they've wrestled.
Christian's also a different wrestler now. Where he is as a heel, absolutely phenomenal.
They didn't wrestle the WWE together.
They also don't wrestle the same styles that they used to. Christian wrestles a very different match. Jack Perry could be one of the masked men, absolutely. All of them had around that frames. There's so many great matches for Edge here. And what I like is, I think the reason why he left the WWE, and I think people aren't putting enough into this, is the WWE, because of his injury past, wanted to use him as a special attraction. Mm-hmm. So they were going to use him as a very limited base. I think Edge really wants to only wrestle maybe a couple more years, but he wants it to be full-time during that time period so that he can get the most matches while his body can still do it.
Absolutely. And the one last rematch I had, just because ironic you said that, is Sting. The fact that we got
Sting could definitely, and that's a match where the crowd would absolutely pop for both of them. You could keep them both babyface and actually have them work together and not lose anything because people love them so much. I loved what he said to Christian Cage about being this little stinger, being the fan, how different people of different generations were fans of Sting's, how it made you feel. I could picture him being in that barbershop going, hey, cut my hair like this. I know a man called Dave had that little rat tail when he was young. No, maybe not. You could feel the honesty in the promo, and that's what makes the difference.
Absolutely. It was a great debut. You know, I think he's going to make a difference. If not an immediate impact in ratings or like that, I think Adam Copeland is going to be a huge difference creatively, and he's one of those guys that this company could build on with the work he could put out there.
Well, one of the first things he said in the press conference was that he wants people to reach out to him. He wants to talk to people in the back, that he's very accessible. He talked about having that text chain with the people in the WWE, where they would actually bounce ideas off of each other. Hey, I've got this going on. What do you think about this? How could I do this? I think he's going to bring a similar thing. He brings the experience like CM Punk did, without having the bad reputation of it has to be my way.
Absolutely no drama.